Hi, my name is Kelly, and welcome to the farm.
This is so exciting!
I got you. Look at her legs!
And I breathe. This is so exciting!
Let's go to the tree. My husband and his family have all went together and we bought this property. It's 80-something acres and it has a 100-year-old farmhouse on it. We've been renovating it for the past 2 years, but my husband and I moved in because we got our first 2 dogs. 2 Great Pyrenees, and they needed some space. So hopefully through this journey you guys can learn a little bit more about my husband and myself while I take you on an adventure of us building our homestead, because this farm is not going to be our final farm. We actually own a piece of property not too far from here, and so while we finish building this, making it a sustainable farm, but also renovating this farmhouse, we will be starting work on our homestead, which is going to which will include ducks, chickens, hopefully some sheep in the long run, and then also our 2 Great Pyrenees puppies will move with us. So the first thing we can talk about is, why did we get 2 Great Pyrenees puppies? And one is they kind of fell in our lap. We had the opportunity about 2.5 months ago to take in 2 puppies that the owners that had them, it just was a little bit too much for them. They weren't the right type of dog for the environment they were in. And so my husband and I were offered them. And these are actually the dogs that we talked about while we were dating that we really wanted, either Akbash or Great Pyrenees for our homestead. And when we saw them for the very first time, we literally fell in love with them. We didn't really plan anything with them, like someone else had them at that moment in time. And then we made jokes about, like, what would we name them if we took them? And we came up with cream and sugar because it's 2 ingredients in ice cream making. And because of that, we kind of went with it. And once we decided we were going to keep the dogs, we actually realized Cream has cream spots on his ears, right down here, and on the top of his head, funny enough. And then Sugar is actually white as can be. She doesn't have a cream spot on her. She doesn't have a discoloration of an ear, nothing like that. Like, she is white. So the name's, funny enough, just stuck anyway. So we got them. Now they're living their lives out here on the farm, loving themselves. So that leads me to step number 2 of the farm is, we got these dogs, but we need these dogs to be comfortable around chickens, and we wanted to make sure that was the case. And we didn't have any chickens. We were living inside town limits. Like, we didn't even have chickens in general. So, oh, the dogs are looking. They hear something. Look at them. Look at them. So we went ahead and we tried to come up with step number 2, which was, okay, we need chicks. So I looked for chicks and I just couldn't find any. It was like September, October. Not a lot of people were hatching chicks at this time. And even our local hatchery here in Missouri, their last hatching, almost every chick was called for. And it would have been like $80, $90 to get like 6 chicks shipped to us because of time constraints and stuff. So we actually found 3 chickens that we thought were done with laying, that they were old chicks. They weren't going to do us any good, really. So we took them in just so the dogs, like, if they were to kill them, like, we had no money invested in them. But if not, like, it would be nice to have some chickens. So we went ahead and we got these 3 chickens. Once again, we thought they were all useless. We didn't think they would produce anything. But funny enough, we got chicks just maybe like 2 weeks after that. So, oh my gosh, the dogs are really needy. In case you did not know that, Great Pyrenees love to be loved. So we ended up getting 12 chickens, well, 14 chicks, about 2.5 weeks after we got these dogs. And after that, we lost 2 of them because we got some really cold nights and chicks were new to me. So I made some mistakes, and that's okay to admit. But we now have 12 chicks that we absolutely adore and love, along with 3 chickens. About 3 weeks ago now, I got an egg, and I was like, whoa. Will, we got an egg. Like, we were not expecting this, but we got an egg. And then we got another egg and another egg. And they all looked alike. So we're like, okay, cool. One of these chickens is giving us eggs. This is awesome. This is amazing. Well, then about a week into that, we started getting a different color egg. And I was like, ooh, another chicken is giving us eggs. Hi, baby girl. And then you'll never guess what happened. Oh, ow, boop. You'll never guess what happened. But we ended up getting a pullet egg. So a pullet is a small baby chick, or baby egg. So chicken, but just started laying eggs. So we started getting pullet eggs. Turns out our chickens were not useless at all. One just wasn't ready to lay, but the other two were stressed. Oh, they were just so stressed that they weren't producing eggs, or they weren't fed well enough to produce eggs. Because remember, we then had these chickens for over a month and a half with no egg. We just started getting eggs, and we've had them for over 2 months now. So we ended up getting eggs now. I got 3 eggs today, which isn't typical. Typical is an egg a day. And then the white chicken gives us an egg every now and then. And then the pullet isn't really being like every single day either. So first things on the homestead are doing okay. We got our puppies. We got chickens and chicks. Hopefully I'll bring William in on a few of these videos, but I just want to thank you guys for watching this, and I hope you stay updated with our homestead journey. Watch us make mistakes, all while having a little bit of puppy love at the same time.
Hi.